Hey, I'm Elizabeth Huey, and I'm going to read 2 poems today. The first is from my book, Guest Host. After a William James quote about the ocean. It might have been the fish, the shellfish, what is that called? Octopus. What do you call that? Calamari. The whole baby octopus steeped in red broth that made me think of the sea and how far away from it I really was. A day's drive, a whole day without stopping for caffeine, for candy that rips the tentacles off your tongue. That I was far from the sea made me feel far away from love. I was far away from a wool blanket under which we would watch for whales, but then again, when did the whales ever come? We watched from the cliff with that suicidal ghosts, its ladies in silks crackling on the rocks, and the tourists, red in the face, too much sour wine and baskets of bread. But the whales, when they did come, came up like a storm of seagulls reflected in the water. I am lying about the whales. You would know if you had ever seen one. The quiet flip of the tail spit of water. And this whale is above your head. It is the sea dark shadow drawn across your face, which I am sitting across from, so far from the sea. And the next poem I'm going to read is from Sunday House's The Sunday House. A one Dana. In another room, on the other side of the country, even without speaking, you are apologizing to me. On this day in America, we all sit down to eat at the same time. Every chair in every restaurant is taken. Our mouths chew in the shapes of close-lipped words. I'm sorry. You look good. When you die, I want you to go to heaven. Then the sound of calls from our chair legs as we push back from the table and go on. In the museum, portraits of stern men slip off their canvases onto the faces of girls. They'll be the judges, they say. I apologize for things I wanted to do but didn't, for what I have done, will do, and what I can't remember I did. With that, the party that I skipped 8 years ago finally ends. Tony wakes in the kitchen chair. Adam calls a taxi. Catherine takes off her purple dress, and Dave and Allison move to Austin with their terrier. Thanks for listening.